Hello everyone, Gaza Mutkosh, and I welcome you all to this session on end-to-end data automation project. So guys, let's have a look at the agenda for this session. The agenda for this session includes creating function for data visualization and reporting, and we'll also be creating function to automate the entire workflow, and we'll be documenting the project with the markdown and output. So guys, so far till the previous session, we have discussed the data ingestion, the data ingestion functions, the data cleaning functions, and the data transformation functions as well. So guys, let's switch to the Jupyter screen to proceed with the data visualization and reporting functions, and then we'll be let's say automating the entire workflow. So guys, over here we are in the Jupyter window, so we'll be executing all these functions one by one. So first of all, I'm importing the desired libraries, namely NumPy, Pandas. All right, then Matplotlib Seaborn for data visualization, Pandas for data cleaning pre-processing, NumPy for mathematical operations, OS for, let's say, handling files and making directories. From datetime, so this is for handling the datetime data for performing addition, subtraction. Random for random number generation, fake to generate fake names, fake email, fake address, fake joining date, date of birth. Warnings to avoid any warnings, and JSON, let's say, to provide a lightweight metadata and information interchange format. So till the previous session, we have discussed the data generation phase, then the data cleaning phase. All right, data generation, data cleaning, and next we have the data transformation phase. This part we have covered. So let's proceed to the reporting phase, right? And then the automation, fourth and fifth part. So we'll be generate visual analytics from the transform data. The key functions used would be generate customer reports, generate product reports, generate sales report. So in the generate customer report, will be let's say we'll visualize spending by loyalty segment, age group distribution, tenure analysis. Then generate product reports would focus upon top products by revenue, product margin analysis, and stock status. Then generate sales report would focus upon monthly sales trends, category performance, and daytime patterns. All right, and the output is going to be, let's say, some visualizations which will be storing in reports, and this would contain customer analytics.png, product analytics.png, and sales analytics.png. So first, let's concentrate on the reporting phase, and then we'll move on to the automation of the workflow, right? So सारी चीजें हम starting से run कर रहे हैं. So I've executed this. Next, let's say I'm setting this configurations. So these folders are generated. Then I'm executing this generation of the data, then cleaning of the data. All right, then the data transformation. Next, we are over here at reporting and the visualization functions. So the first function that I'm creating over here is generate customer reports, that takes customer spending and the configuration as arguments. First of all, I'm printing generate customer reports. I'm setting the Seaborn style as wide grid. I'm setting the PLT size as 12 into 8. So indicating the width is 12 and the height that I'm setting over here is 8. All right, width 12 है, height 8 है. Then if we the first step is customer spending by loyalty segment. इसके अंदर the first part that I'm executing is customer spending by loyalty segment. So let's see this. First of all, I'm creating a subplot that takes 2 into 2 into 1, means there would be 4 total graphs, and this is the first graph of the 4. So I'm creating a box plot. On the x-axis, I'm considering the loyalty segment, and on the y-axis, I'm considering the total spent. So this is going to be a box plot representing the outliers between the loyalty segment and the total spent, and the data that I'm using is the customer spending. All right, which I've passed over here. So from the customer spending, on the x-axis, I'll be representing the loyalty segment. On the y-axis, I'll be representing the total spent. The title is going to be total spending by loyalty segment, and in X label, I'm passing loyalty segment, and Y label, I'm passing total spent. So this is the first subplot. The second is going to be, let's say, number of customers by age group. All right, so this is visualization. I'm visualizing customer spending by loyalty segment. Then next, I'm visualizing number of customers by a specified age group. All right, so 4 graphs हमें यहाँ पे बनाने हैं, and let's say I have to visualize them. So as far as the third one is concerned, so let's proceed to the second one, number of customers by age group. So over here, I'm using plt.subplot 2 cross 2 cross 2. Then age counts is customer spending age group dot value counts dot sort index, right? So customers के जो age group है उनका I'm essentially displaying the value counts. So this is customer spending age group. Then I'm using the pandas plots because this happens to be a series. So age counts dot plot kind is equal to bar. I'll be representing it in a bar chart. Color is sns dot color palette blues, and the title is going to be customer distribution by age group. And on the x-axis, I'm passing age group, right? X-axis may over here I'll be writing age group, and on the y label I'll be writing the number of customers. So this is number of customers by age group. All right, this is the second chart that I'm generating over here. This is the first chart. So I've visualized customer spending by loyalty segment 222. So 221 यहाँ पे क्या represent कर रहा है? Number of rows is 2, the number of columns is 2, and what is the chart number? The chart number is 1. Then what is this 222? Everything remains same, it's just that the chart number is 2. So this is number of customers by age group. Then the third is average transactions value by loyalty segment. So how to visualize this? Let's see this. This is average transaction value by the loyalty segment. So इसको handle करने के लिए what am I writing? PLT subplot 223. 223 indicates that out of 2 rows and 2 columns, this is the third chart. So average spending is customer spending dot group by. Over here I'm passing loyalty segment wise mean of average transaction. Average transaction by the loyalty segment, right? So loyalty segment may, if you remember, we have mentioned bronze, silver, and gold. So I want to analyze the customer spending table. So I've considered loyalty segment and mean of transaction based on each loyalty segment. So then the output would be a series. So I'm using the pandas plots where I'm representing average spending. Dot plot kind is equal to bar. Color is sns dot color palette greens. And the title is average transaction by loyalty segment. And on the x-axis, I've mentioned loyalty segment. On the y-axis, I've mentioning average transaction. This is the third chart in the same category, generate customer report. The fourth chart over here is tenure distribution. So in tenure distribution, over here I've mentioned PLT subplot. I'm representing a histogram where from the customer spending, I'm representing the total tenure months. Bins is 20, the KDE is true. Title that I've set is customer tenure distribution. On the X label, I've mentioned tenure months. On the Y label, I'm mentioning total count. All right, this is the fourth chart. So this is visualize the tenure distribution. So all these are visual analysis. Customer spending. Okay, this is the third one. This is the third one. The fourth one is, what am I supposed to visualize? I'm supposed to visualize the tenure distribution. All right. So this is the fourth one. This is the fourth one. Then I'm setting the PLT layout as tight, and this is the report path where I need to save this image, right? So this image is, let's say, os.path.join. This is the reports directory, and I'll be saving this image as customer analytics.png, right? So over here, I have to write plt.savefig, and then this is the reporting path where I need to save this. And then I'm simply closing it. So where is this reports directory? It is present over here. All right, this is where it is present. So we have done with the first function. So this is the customer report saved. The second function is generate product report. So this takes the product performance and the configuration. So first of all, I'll be printing generate product reports. I'm setting the style grid as white, figure size as 14:10. The first chart that I'm visualizing is top 10 products by revenue. This is the first chart. So visualize top 10 products by revenue. All right. So इसमें यहाँ पे हमने क्या किया है? Let's see. So this is what I'm visualizing. How are we visualizing this? Let's have a look. So this is the first chart. Then I'll be working on the second and third as well, second, third, and fourth as well. Let's see this. So PLT subplot 221 indicates, it simply indicates that number of rows is 2, columns is 2, and the chart number is 1. All right, top products is product performance dot n largest. I'm fetching the n largest, let's say, products by based on total revenue. Then I'm using Seaborn bar plot. On the x-axis, I'm passing the total revenue. On the y-axis, I'm passing the product name. So they can be absolutely meaningless product name because ये fake name से, fake word से generate हुए थे, right? The data is top products because that is what I'm let's say passing over here. This is the variable used, and the color palette is blues. Title is top 10 products by revenue. On the X label, I'm passing total revenue. On the Y label, I'm passing the product name. So this is the first chart. The second chart that we have over here is profit margin distribution by category. So profit margin का हमने column बनाया था, remember? So in the profit margin, first of all, on the x-axis, I'm representing the category. On the y-axis, I'm representing the profit margin. So category could be electronics, clothing, and stuff, जो हमने ऊपर define किया था. Then data would be the product performance, because this is what I'm passing over here. So this is the box plot we are creating. And on the x-axis, I'm setting the rotation as 45 degree because the product category may be long. Not required as such. Then title is product margin distribution by category. On X label, I'm passing as category. The Y label is set as profit margin. So this is the second chart that I'm visualizing. All right. Then the third chart is average transaction value by loyalty segment. And the fourth one is tenure distribution. All right. Let's have a look at these two functionalities. This is chart number 3. Yeah. So in the average transaction value by loyalty segment, PLT subplot 2 to 3. Average spending is customer spending dot group by loyalty segment ke base pe. Okay, this is the first one, right? I need to move on to this one. This is profit margin distribution by category, then stock status distribution. So this is stock status distribution. And the fourth one is something related to ROI. Let's focus on this first. How to compute stock status distribution? So this is chart number 3, right? This is chart number 3 of the series. PLT subplot 2 to 3. Stock counts is product performance stock status dot value counts. So essentially, I'm representing the value count on the pandas plot. Kind is pi. Auto PCT, let's say up to 1 decimal places I want to represent. These are the colors, hexadecimal colors. Title is product stock status distribution. Y label, I'm not setting any Y label. Then the fourth chart is ROI by price segment. So ROI by price segment mein what are we passing? This is the fourth chart, right? ROI by price segment. So let's have a look what is the return on the invested amount. So this is over here. This is chart 2 into 2 into 4, the fourth chart of the series in the product performance table. So the bar plot on the x-axis, I'm passing the price segment. On the y-axis, I'm passing the ROI. So this would return average ROI by the price segment. Data is product performance. Confidence interval is none. On the X label, I'm representing the price segment. On the Y label, I'm returning the return on investment. All right, then I'm setting the product as PLT as type layout. This is the report path, os.path.join, reports directory, and the product analytics.png. Then I'm saving the figure, all right, and then I'm simply closing it, and I'm printing product report save to this particular report path. So guys, these are the two functions. The third function that we have over here is generate sales report. So in sales report takes monthly sales, transactions, DF, and config. First of all, I'll be generating the sales report. I'm setting the Seaborn style as wide grid PLT figure size. The first chart that I'm visualizing is monthly sales trend. So this is 2 into 2 into 1. All right, generate sales report. This is the first chart that I'm visualizing. All right, second, third, and fourth. Let's have a look. The second chart that I need to visualize over here is this is the first is monthly sales report, monthly sales dot sum along x1 plot markers O. So, and I'm simply writing title and X label, Y label, right? ये हमने यहाँ पे mention किया है. So I'm plotting it over here using the pandas plot. The second is sales by category. How are we plotting it? So this is monthly sales dot sum dot sort values ascending false plot kind bar. So this is again bar chart, monthly sales ka sum, and this is the second chart in the series. The title is total sales by category, and on the X label I'm passing the category. X label पे यहाँ पे हमने category pass किया है. On the Y label I'm passing the total sales, right? Y label में I've mentioned the total sales. So this is the second chart that I'm visualizing, sales by category. All right, the third chart that we have in this series is sales by day of week. In sales by day of week, I'm passing PLT subplot 2 cross 2 cross 3, means the third chart in the series. day order is Monday to Sunday, and then sales by day, transactions df dot group by transactions day के base पे, based on the transaction day I'm computing the total amount का sum, and then I'm reindexing based on the day order. Based on the day order I'm reindexing. So this is sales by date plot, kind is equal to bar, so I'm using the pandas plot. Title is sales by day of week, and on the X label I'm having day of week. On the Y label I'm passing the total sales. Alright, Y label में हमने यहाँ पे mention किया है total sales. So this is sales by day of the week. So if it is the sales by day of the week chart, so इसको हम यहाँ पे represent कर सकते हैं. Alright, so यहाँ पे हमने visualize किया है sales by the day of the week, and let me mention this over here. So this is the first chart. Alright, this is the second one, and this is the third one. Alright, now what is the fourth chart in the same series? The fourth chart is sales by let's say time of the day. So this is the fourth chart in the same series. So how do we compute sales by the time of the day? So this is plt.subplot 2 into 2 into 4. Then sales by time is transactions df dot group by time of the day भी हमने transformation में capture किया था. So based on the time of the day I'm computing the sum of total amount, right? Based on time of the day I'm computing the sum of total amount. Then I'm writing sales by time dot plot. The kind of the bar chart kind is bar. This is the color. These are the hexadecimal color codes that I'm using. The title that I'm setting is sales by time of the day, and on the X label I'm passing the X label is time of the day. The Y label is total sales in dollars. So over here I have let's say I'll be visualizing sales by the time of the day. Alright, so these are the four charts that we are let's say creating in generate customer reports, then generate product reports, and then generate the sales report. Now to generate all the reports we shall be calling all these three functions all at once, one at a time. So यहाँ तक हमारा हो गया. Next, moving forward, so we have computed sales by time of the day. Then I'm setting the PLT type layout. Report path is os.path.join. So this is the reports directory, and I'm calling this let's say file name as salesanalytics.png, and this is plt.save report path, and then I'm simply closing it, and I'll be printing sales report save to this report path. Then the fourth function is generate all reports. It takes analytical data and the configuration, right? The two arguments that it takes are analytical data and the configuration. So first of all, I need to call all these three functions: generate customer report, analytical data, then customer spending.config, then generate product reports, analytical data, product performance.config, config, and generate sales reports, analytical data, monthly sales. This is the corresponding data frame name, monthly sales, and analytical data, transactions data, and then the configuration, right? So this ensures that all the three functions are called, and then the file report would be saved. So यहाँ पे what is the objective of this function? Over here the objective is going to be call the first function, all right, and we have to call essentially all the three functions: generate customer report, generate product report, and generate sales report. All right, we are simply calling these three functions. So this wraps up the reporting and the visualization functions part, right? And over here I'm printing all reports save to configuration reports directory. So guys, in the automation workflow part over here we'll be creating two functions. The first would be run the full pipeline, and the second function would be the main function, right? So यहाँ तक हमने execute कर दिया, and all the functions let's say created above has been executed so far. So in the automate workflow part, what are we going to do? Over here we need to write the first function is run full pipeline. All right, run full pipeline takes config as the argument. So over here I've defined the function as run the complete data automation pipeline. So the start time is date time dot now. I'm capturing the start time, when is the function executing. Then I'm printing starting data automation pipeline at this given start time. So the first step over here is the data generation. I need to call all the creation functions, right? The first step is data generation. So if you observe in data generation, I'm calling generate all data config. So where have we defined the generate all data? we have defined generate all data over here. So if you remember, while working on generating synthetic data, we have created the functions generate customer data, then generate product data, then we have generate transaction data as well, right? And then then over here I'm creating a function called generate all data. So this is the function that I'm calling to, let's say, create the entire data. So this is where the data injection comes into, let's say, data ingestion comes into picture. All right, this is the data ingestion part. This is the data ingestion part. So generate all data config. So these are the 3 data frames that it ends up generating. All right, so data generation is the data ingestion part. All right, this is the data ingestion part. Next, इसके बाद हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं? The second part is data cleaning. So data ingest करने के बाद we have to clean the data as well. So data cleaning को अगर हम observe करें, so where have we defined this function? So data cleaning is clean all data. We have defined this function, and this takes customers, products, and the transactions data frame, and along the configuration as well. And this returns the 3 data frames: clean customers, clean products, and clean transactions. And we have defined this function. I'll show you where. Clean all data, we have defined it in the cleaning phase. So the first part was the data creation, which we have covered. The second part is the data cleaning part. Over here हमारे पास 3 functions है: clean customer data, clean product data, clean transaction data, and clean all data. So this is the function which we are calling over here. And if you observe the clean all data, it essentially cleanses all the data, and then it is saving the file as well to the output directory. So this is the function which we have called over here. All right, and it returns 3 values, 3 data frames. The third step is the data transformation, right? So यहाँ पे जो हमारा data transformation है, I'm calling the create analytical datasets function. Now where is this function defined? And it takes clean customers, clean products, and clean transactions data. This is the transformation function, right? So I'll show you create analytical datasets. This is in the transformation stage. So this was the cleaning stage. Then over here we are at the transformation stage, right? So this is create analytical datasets and save analytical datasets. So first I'm calling create analytical datasets. So this is the let's say create analytical datasets function. It takes clean customers, clean products, clean transactions, and what does it return? It returns a dictionary. All right, it returns a dictionary. Now based on this dictionary, I need to convert this dictionary into data frames. So this is where I'm storing it. This is where I'm storing it, right? So both these functions को call करना necessary है. Yeah, so this is the data transformation part. All right, so as we can see, based on any kind of data, this is how the automation works. This is the entire workflow. First is data generation or data ingestion, then data cleaning, data transformation, then data transformation along with report generation. Let's say with report summarization. Then the next is data visualization, and let's say visual report saving part. All right, so let's see the fourth function. The fourth function is the reporting. So यहाँ पे हमने save analytical datasets भी call किया है, that takes this data analytical data and the configuration. The fourth is reporting part. So reporting में we are generating all visual reports, analytical data and configuration. So once this entire workflow is completed, start में जैसे हमने datetime.now से start time capture किया था, date and time. Likewise, even with end time, I'm computing what is the time at which this report generation is winding up. So the total duration is end minus start time, and this is the end time, and this is the duration, right? Next, I have to save the entire pipeline metadata. जो भी metadata capture हो रहा है, I'm saving it. So metadata would be run timestamp. So this is start time dot ISO format. Then execution duration. This is the duration, and I'm saving it as total seconds. Number of customers, length of customers, number of products, and number of transactions. This is the metadata. Now I can save it into the JSON format. So with open, I'm saving it in the output directory. I'm concatenating the path output directory along with pipeline metadata.json. I'm using it in the write mode. and I'll be dumping the files in the this file pipeline.metadata JSON. This will be stored in the output directory. The indentation I'm setting it as true. All right, and then I'm returning the analytical data. So where is my analytical data? This is the analytical data generated out of the data transformation phase. So the fourth phase is reporting. Let's say visual reporting. I'll call this visual reporting, and let's say saving the graphs. All right, so यही चीज हमने यहाँ पे कॉल किया, data visualization and visual report saving. All right, so these are the 4 steps. The 5th step was let's say metadata saving. And metadata हमने save कहाँ पे किया था? Where have we saved the metadata? Into the output directory, right? This is where saving the pipeline metadata. I'll call it like this, save pipeline metadata. So guys, this is the entire workflow. And once this is saved and we are returning the analytical data, all right, then I'm using the main function. And in the main function, what am I doing? First of all, I'll be printing start automation project. Okay, let's do one thing. यहाँ पे I'll call this the 6th point. 6th point is return analytical data. So this is the let's say I'll call this the 6th point. So guys, this is our entire let's say pipeline being automated. All right, automate हमने कैसे किया है? By calling each of the functions. So one by one each function will be called, and accordingly it will be fed as the input to the next let's say successive function. So just observe, the data generation का output था, that is fed as input to the data cleaning part. Data cleaning का जो output था, that is fed as input to the data transformation part. We are using these outputs, right? These data frames. The output of data transformation, which is the analytical data, that is served as input to the visual reporting and saving the graphs part. All right, and this is the metadata which I'm capturing. To handle the entire workflow, I'm capturing the metadata. Maybe if we do have some metadata, that consumes less time. So that would be a more optimal approach because that minimizes the latency. So this is the 6th part, and then I'm creating a main function to call this automate workflow function. So I have to return this full pipeline, right? So this is the main function which I'm using. Let's call it separately outside this. So यहाँ तक हमने run कर लिया. Then this is the main function. What is the role of main function? Is to run the full pipeline and return the analytical data. All right, over here, what is the let's say I have to call this function, return run full pipeline. All right, function. So this is where and what was this function all about? So it is simply basically what we are doing, call the automate let's say workflow automation function. This is the workflow automation function, right? इसको हम call कर रहे हैं function. That's it. So guys, इसको हम run करते हैं. So we have executed this and then I'm running this. So next I'll be printing data automation project completed successfully. Let's run this. So guys, as we can see, start data automation project. This is when the let's say project has been started. And first of all, it is let's say data generated and saved to data. The next step was data cleaning. So entire data cleaning is done. Next, it is transforming the data. Next, it is saving the analytical data sets. Next, it is generating all the visual reports, customer reports, all right, product report, and generating sales report. So all these images are saved as well. So all reports saved, and then pipeline completed. At this time, total execution time was 9 seconds, right? The total execution time that it took was 9 seconds, and data automation project completed successfully. So guys, if we observe the data, so now if you can see, we do have the raw customers data. All right, likewise raw products data, we do have raw transactions data as well. So data सारा यहाँ पे generate हुआ है, and this is entirely synthetic data. So if you observe the output, so output में we have the analytical summary, and see, this is the clean data. Clean data भी हमारे पास यहाँ है. This is the analytical summary. We do have the analytical summary as well. So the entire data is generated. Entire workflow automation project is successfully completed. Now we can also have a look at the reports. So these are the visual reports. So let's see. So guys, that wraps up our end-to-end data automation project. So guys, in this session so far, we have successfully created and implemented this data automation workflow project. So as far as this session is concerned, we have created the data reporting and visualization functions, and we have created functions for let's say the entire workflow automation. Thank you.